Welcome and good evening, or morning or afternoon, wherever you are in the world. I'm Terry McGill. I'm in Portland, Oregon, and it's about 7:30 my time. Not dark yet. I'm grateful for the sun deciding to stay up longer. I'm also really grateful to be the host for you of this show called Who's Your Neighbor? Who's Your Neighbor is born because of COVID, because of separation, because of, in some cases, it was a good thing to be separated. In other cases, it was not, because I was reading stories about some people who shared living space and it was bearable because one or the other would go off during the day. But if they were home together a lot, it became, in some cases, quite unbearable. The other part of it is, though, we lost more connection with our communities. Whatever we had, we lost more. And so someone made a suggestion to me about introducing people who are our neighbors. It started off with my calling up people that I've known around Portland, Oregon for 10, 20, 25 years. And I know what they do in the community. So I'd bring them on, just chat with them, like I'm going to do with our guest tonight. First, though, tonight we're going to invite both Claudia Thompson, who is a Tao Healing Hands practitioner, and also Sam Tribble and his niece Taylor. And I'll ask our producer to bring all of them on now. Sam has a medical condition, and we want to ask Claudia, as a Tao Healing Hands practitioner, if you can offer him a healing blessing.
I would be honored to. And I would just want to say, I love this show, this concept, Terry. And I know you for a long time, and you have such a beautiful, warm heart. And this is just beautiful. And everything you're saying makes sense. It's so great to come together. It's so great to meet Sam, just to have a connection. I'm in Atlanta, and Sam's in Florida, in West Palm. I just found out. And first of all, I always love to meet new people. And you're a friend of mine, Terry. I consider you a friend and a mentor, actually. And it's just great to be on this platform. And then I met Taylor, Sam's niece, as well. So this is all about the love. And I'd love, maybe Sam could share a little bit, or his niece can share. Anyone that wants to share, so we can understand a little bit more of what the challenges
Yeah,
that are being faced.
yeah, tell the challenge. Okay, thank you so much. Well, I'm here with my beautiful uncle, and he has some things going on with his hip. Hip actually gave out the other day, and he actually fell. And so that was really distressing for me because he fell and hit his head. So he has things going on with his hip and his leg, and his back. And so then we're also doing some things for his heart. He was tested today with some things for his heart, and so we're working on all of those things. And of course, I know about the power of this work, and so he's intrigued by it, and we've been talking about it and praying about it, and so I'm just so grateful for the opportunity for him to experience it tonight. So.
Beautiful. Thank you. Does that sounds like it sums it up, Sam, pretty well? Well, I can tell you're a blessing to her, and she's a blessing to you, for sure. So this is all about the love, and I would love to offer a blessing. I'm going to do the soul light hand position, and I'm going to be doing some sound power with my voice as well as I turn on this treasure. And this is a vessel of love, forgiveness, compassion, and light. And as appropriate, I understand there's different areas that could use some transformation and maybe some rejuvenation. And I'll let divine choose, the universal love choose what in best way this blessing can be offered. I go into emptiness and I'm just the channel. And I really appreciate you allowing me to offer this. Thank you so much. And I'm going to do some sound power with a song. I've silently offered that invocation. Blessings begin. Hey hong hong arshi wang yo. Hey hong hong arshi wang yo. Hey hong hong arshi wang yo. Ay 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 yo. Ay, 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 yo. Ay, ay, yo, ay, yo. You say, how? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm thanking heaven, thanking any holy beings that have served you. And I thank your soul, Sam. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And let's just integrate in this because, as we said, this is all about the love. Love melts blockages. And forgiveness, compassion, light, all the good things. And it's just so grateful to be in your presence. And if there's anything you wish to share about this experience, we could, please do if you so wish.
He said he doesn't have anything right now. I think he needs to feel it.
Totally. I totally get that. It's always an honor to meet new people and to connect. And I can just see he's a very, very fine soul. And I just thank you for allowing me to share. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
My experience during the sounds that you were toning, I'm sweating. I'm just sitting here and it's not that warm in the house and I'm sweating and feeling not dizzy, but my consciousness is just different than it was. I don't know how to describe it, but it's a very interesting experience.
I'll take that. Interesting is always good. Taylor, did you feel anything?
I did. I actually felt it reverberating in my throat. And I've been having some challenges in my throat, and I actually felt it reverberating in my throat.
Okay. All right. Well, you both share the same environment, and I know you love your uncle very much, and I hope that something was relieved from you as well. And I know that'll help you to serve him even more. And so thank you for sharing that. Beautiful.
Thank you for the opportunity. I really, really, really appreciate it. Thank you. God bless you all.
Thank you, Taylor. Thank you, Sam.
Thank you.
Well, let's let Sam go get his rest then, and Taylor too, because she gets up in the morning and goes to work.
Yes.
And Claudia, you have something else that you do besides offering healing blessings. Um, the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundation. Could you share what that's about?
Oh, I would love to. Thank you, Terry. So I'm a program director for the Love, Peace, Harmony Foundation. And this is a nonprofit founded by Master Sha in 2006. In 2005, he was given the song Love, Peace, Harmony from Divine. And it is considered a divine song, a source song, frequency. And the foundation shares the song and shares the principles of love, peace, harmony. They do incredible things around the world, planting trees. We just raised 2,000 enough to plant 2,000 trees. No, that's not it. 2 million. Excuse me, 2 million trees. So on Earth Day,
2 million
2
trees?
million. There's a
Whoa.
company that, like, you can get for $1, you can get 10 trees. So a lot of money was raised, which will create 2 million trees planted. That's just an aspect of love, peace, harmony. You know, we want to nourish Mother Earth. And in fact, can I sing the song to you?
Oh, would you please? I was
Okay.
going to ask you about that. Like, what is this song?
Yes. So this song was given to Master Sha. He asked Divine. He was in the Muir Woods in California, and a student said, "Can we get a song from heaven?" And all of a sudden, this song flowed to Dr. Master Zhigong Sha. And I'll just sing the English version first. And I want to share with you, this song changed my life. And I'm going to sing the words to you. And then I would like to share a little bit more.
Thank you.
I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. And that's the song. But in that song is really everything.
Thank you so much. One of our viewers just posted, "Love this song." So thank you, Sheila.
Cool. Thanks, Sheila. I love it too. And you can go on YouTube. You can go to lovepeaceharmony.org and download the song download the app. You can go on YouTube. And when I first heard the song, sang but from Master Sha, whose voice is so powerful, I could feel the cells in my body start to vibrate. I could go into oneness like I'd never had before. And I actually teach to children from ages like 10 months to 13 years this song.
Wow.
And I share with them that when you sing Love, Peace, Harmony, you wish it for everything inside of you, in your life, for your loved ones, for the earth, and for every particle of existence. Can you imagine connecting to something and wishing for every particle of existence to have love, peace, and harmony? And think about what more love in our life would be, what more peace in our life would be, and what more harmony would be, not just for ourselves, but for everyone and everything. And that's what I love about Love, Peace, Harmony. The message is oneness, complete oneness.
So I remember seeing a YouTube video, I believe, of Dr. and Master Zhigong Sha in Hawaii doing something with a homeless village, and it had to do with lovepeaceharmony.org.
Yes.
Could you share something about that?
Yes, there is actually it's a famous homeless village on Honolulu, on the island of Oahu. And people, it's like a colony, and it's very dignified. But the people still are homeless, and it's a colony. It's like a little city. And Master Sha visited there, and he was actually doing blessings on people. And one gentleman back he was immobilized, and Master Sha offered blessings for him. And there's other work being done in homeless communities in Hawaii as well. And because the message, to connect to the message of love, peace, harmony, is to help to heal and help getting in alignment to improving one's life in whatever way that can be. So yes, Master Sha actually went directly to a homeless village and served there in such a beautiful way.
So the harmony of love, peace, and harmony can be physical also then.
Absolutely. As Dr. Master Sha teaches, we have an emotional body, a mental body, a physical body, a spiritual body. We have relationships, we have business, finances, our home. So everything we've been taught has a soul, has a message. And if there's an issue, more love will help, more peace, more harmony. And harmony, that means our body's working better, our relationships are working better. We're not having as much struggles, things are in flow. And actually, not to go off subject, but there's a lot of Dr. Master Sha's doing a lot on Facebook with the Tao Te Ching. The Tao Te Ching is follow nature's way. So the true nature of ourselves is harmony.
I was going to say, following nature's way is what planting trees is all about.
Yeah.
And have you heard about the countries in Africa that are committed to planting a forest of trees all the way across that huge continent?
Love it. Yes. Yes. I want to learn more about that, but I've heard about it, and it's so incredible where we come together and we start to work together.
What I appreciated was hearing that all those different countries that a lot of times can be warring were committed to getting together and planting trees. I think it had something to do with stopping the expansion of a desert. I didn't realize that much of Africa was desert. I also didn't realize how huge that continent is. It's like it's immense.
It's big and beautiful. And yeah, that would be so interesting to see. And I know Plant a Million. So with Love, Peace, Harmony, they have a little subcategory nonprofit called Plant a Million. If anyone ever wants to go, lovepeaceharmony.org, and you'll see it's a pretty navigable website. Go to Plant a Million, and for every $1, you can, there are partnerships with an organization that will plant 10 trees. And
for $1?
Yes, and that's a great
$1 plant 10 trees.
Yeah.
Wow. Now I know a little bit about trees. I know that we breathe out carbon dioxide and trees take it in like it's oxygen for us, but they breathe out oxygen, and we've got to have oxygen to survive as a humanity. And so planting millions of trees, planting a forest across Africa, that does more than just stop the desert. Wow.
That's so beautifully said. And it's just great when we can come together and start to solve problems together. And yeah, it's interesting to talk about trees because they're so special, and what a great way to serve, whether we personally plant trees or invest in others planting trees. And it's a win-win. We need to do much, 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 much more for sure.
Now, I've heard, in fact, I know of some people that are singing Love, Peace, Harmony, the song, for like a half an hour at different times during the day. And is that around the world?
That is around the world. It's been said, if you raise your frequency, because everything's frequency and vibration, you're a vibrational field, I'm a vibrational field. And when you connect to high vibrational frequency, like Love, Peace, Harmony, the song, which it is, then you're raising your frequency. And it's been said that if you can raise your frequency, you can counterbalance several several individuals with lower frequency. It helps to, counterbalance that. So we are one. It is beneficial for us to do this. So that's what 30 minutes of that, 1 minute, 5 minutes. So they're coming together in an altruistic way to raise the frequency and vibration of themselves, their community, and the earth, and even beyond.
So these people that are doing this singing of this song, how many countries do you think might be represented?
Oh, I would say, 40. I would say easily 40. And that's expanding. That is definitely expanding. Yes.
I saw a video, several months back, and I call it snapping fingers. Have you seen where somebody starts off going like this, and then different people come on singing that song? And I guess they're doing it in different languages. I only know about, a couple.
Yes. That is on YouTube, and maybe sometime we could put that link on you. It is so fabulous. So it is probably, I'm going to say probably about 40, 50 different people singing that in a beautiful way. And I actually play that song to elementary school children, and it has a great beat, and you get to hear different languages and different people, just again with the intention of love, peace, harmony for everyone and everything. It's a really awesome one. Maybe that we can share that link. It's I love it. In fact, after this, I'm going to play it because it makes me so happy.
Play it for yourself.
Yes.
Wow. That's just wonderful. So I'm cruising right now on the web, and I found that song. It popped right up.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and now I'm trying to figure out where StreamYard is so I can get back on board with you all. I've got way too many links open on my board, that's for sure. I think I found us. Yes. So I hope that my face stayed here.
It did. Your fabulous face. Absolutely.
You're too kind. So let's see. I don't know how to post a link from here.
Well, even maybe the recording, it can be afterwards, somewhere.
Let me see if I can go into comments and see if this pops up. I think it just did. I heard the song.
I was kind of singing it.
Okay. So it looks like it posted under Dow Center Portland.
Fabulous.
So it's over in the chat right now. This is
awesome.
Wonderful. I just feel just super technical because I didn't know I could do that.
Awesome.
So we have a request from Mercedes. Would you sing Love, Peace, Harmony again?
Absolutely.
You mentioned that you were going to sing it in English, but that was in other languages. Do you know other languages too?
Well, let me go through. I'm just going to do the standard, and the standard would be English, Chinese, and then I'm going to do the soul language. And if that's okay, and we'll just run through it.
What is soul language?
So soul language is the language of the soul. It's not French. It's not Spanish. It's not Chinese. It is the language of the soul. And that is actually the first interpretation that Master Sha received from divine. It was in soul language. And I'm gonna do it on the drum. Is that okay?
Of course. Yeah. Would you hold that drum up in front of your camera again? So that's a small drum.
Yes, it's a little drum, but I'm going to play it with a lot of love. And Who's Your Neighbor? Like, what a great show. And everyone that's joining this, we just send love. And I'm going to send love with my drum. I love my heart and soul. I love all humanity. Join hearts and souls together. Love, peace, and harmony. Love, peace, and harmony. The Lula Soul version. Lula, lula, lee. Lula, lula, lee. Lula, lula, lee. Lula. Lula, lee, lula. Lula, lee, lula. In Chinese, wo ai won't she erling. Wo ai chom ren lei. Wan ling rong a mu shi sheng. Sheng ai ping on her shay. Sheng ai ping on her shay. How? Thank you. Can you tell I work with little kids?
I was going to say, I bet the kids just absolutely love this.
They love Love, Peace, Harmony. They absolutely love it because it brings us into oneness, wholeness, completion. It's joy. It's just fabulous.
I bet they love that little drum too.
I hope so. Sometimes we can sing and our heads are up here. Anytime when I think about drums, I think about grounding us and just, and especially like older, like young men, you got problems inside, just start drumming. Just drum and get it out. And give love to the drum, express yourself. It's just awesome. And if you don't have a drum, use that, and you can do like soul movement, soul drumming, get it out, because it helps. It really, really does.
So, would you share with our viewers what is soul drumming and soul movement?
Well, I just came up to where I didn't come up. It just hit me. So soul movement, we'll just talk about soul movement, and I'll share a story. Soul movement is movement of the soul. I'm not thinking, okay, hand go here. Okay, elbow go here. Okay, I'm just moving. And when I move, I'm just going into emptiness. When I'm into emptiness, I am, I feel like I'm connected to my soul. So it's interesting when I do this, I'm gathering the good stuff. When I do this, I'm sending out, and I just, whatever I feel. So I'll work with children because, when you're a child, if you think about it, you come to this world and it's confusing and challenging. You just are trying to figure out who you are. But I'll ask the children, just do soul movement, just move. And it really helps them to integrate with their body, soul, heart, mind, and body. And I remember this one girl before would do this. She just was so not integrated. And then after a few months, she was one of the most beautiful, and you would just see her come alive. She was very quiet, and it was just like her soul just came forth. And soul movement is just...
How did you teach them this?
It's just natural. It's just natural. And I'll just say, like I'll do like we're going to do soul movement. Just move freely in a loving way. Because sometimes you'll tell little kids to move freely and they're like, okay, poo, I'm going to, wrestle. Like, no, let's just do it a little smooth and nice. And sometimes the teachers will watch and say, do it like she's doing. And I'm like, no. Everyone does it just the way they want. And I just tell them just to move and feel with the music. We'll have Love, Peace, Harmony playing a lot of times. And it's just that's just a great way to connect the soul, heart, mind, and body through movement.
So you mentioned some of the kids are even as old as 13.
Yeah.
What's the difference in how quickly they're able to get out of the how I should be and into soul movement?
That's a great question. So basically so the good parts to very little children are they don't have the ego and self-consciousness. So whatever you tell them or not tell them, but ask them to do, they just get it. They just naturally do. They don't have the limitations. However, their attention span's is big. So you know, and then they also, oh, my shoe's untied, you know, like, so, you know, so,
Right.
but with the older children, they have the attention span, but they're just a little more reserved. And you always have, I'd say 20% that are naturally like, okay. Then you have a few that are just going to be like this. And then you have a few that just will slowly come out. So the older ones, they'll do it. But they're a little more into what other people think. And, but that's okay. It's all okay. It's all good. But you know what? When I go to the older kids, especially the boys, you know, girls tend to be a little more, you know, open and expressive.
Right.
And, you know, that's where I'll do a lot of the drumming, and they come alive with the drumming.
The boys do.
Yeah. So if you're leading any groups, meditation groups or anything with youth, drumming is really good. And just, you know, whatever that is, just, you know, it can feel really, really good.
Well, there's drumming circles, groups of people who get together and drum. I mean, they're all over. So I was in one dozens of years ago.
Cool.
And well, I only went a couple of times because it's like they didn't have any sense of anything. To me, you know, it didn't work for me because they were all doing their own thing.
Oh, no. So it wasn't in harmony.
No way. Yeah, it was like, and it was incredibly loud.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they were really whanging on those things.
It's interesting you should say that. So I love music, but I can't play an instrument, but I will. And sometimes, you know, you'll just see me doing this, and I don't know, it's just my soul just wants to do it, and it feels good, you know. So we can drum anywhere.
What you're playing, that's an instrument.
Yeah. For
Congratulations.
sure.
Now you're an instrument player.
I guess so. Got my little drum.
That's a cute little drum.
Isn't it? Thank you. Thank you.
So, Claudia, is there anything else that you would like to share about lovepeaceandharmony.org, the foundation?
It just is really awesome. The song is awesome. And we go around the world as a program coordinator. I work with what's called ambassadors and field reps. And these are people that share the song, and they'll have like calligraphies of love, peace, and harmony. They're fabulous. I'll show you a small version of what, you know, this is a calligraphy. Sorry, you can't see too well.
There you go. Right about like that. Perfect.
So, love, peace, harmony. And this is an Ibitsu, which is oneness writing. And it's really, really cool. And so without going too much further into that, but, you know, what it is you share the field of love, peace, harmony. As we said, the vibrational field is incredible. You sing it, connect with it. If you have the calligraphies, there are calligraphies too. That's a vibrational field that's amazing. And there are people doing these sessions all over the world, sometimes virtually, sometimes in person, sometimes with outreach. People are under stress. Lula-lula-lee. Focus on your core, on your abdomen. This will get you centered. Lula-lula-lee. Pull down that energy. If you have a headache, you're stressed, Let it go, let it go. Lula, loo, lolly,
Oh,
lula.
I'm yawning just listening to you. I asked my doctor once about yawning and my eyes tearing, and because I was doing a lot of meditating, and he said that's your autonomic nervous system ramping down. So I had to go back to the web and remind myself what was autonomic nervous system. It's the one that we can't conscious. It's like I can raise my hand because I think, okay, hand go up, stop, go up more, go over. But we can't do that consciously with the autonomic nervous system, but we can do it. That's what happens when my eyes would tear. The tear ducts would relax because I was relaxing, and I would yawn because I was relaxing. And so it's really interesting. As you were singing, I just started yawning. So excuse me for yawning, but I'm happy about it.
Terry, I have to laugh because, okay, so I also work with animals. I do energy work with animals, and I actually worked for 7 years with alongside a veterinarian doing schlepping work, but also energy work. And so you work with intense animals, intense dogs, but when they yawn, you know they're relaxed. So when you said you were yawning, I'm like, okay, that means you're relaxed. Dogs do the same thing. If you see dogs yawn, they're in a really good, peaceful state.
I am just mesmerized, just enchanted. Um, I'm seriously, you were talking about a field, and I feel like my personal field has changed. Your voice is a big part of that.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that's why I love Love, Peace, Harmony, because the message is oneness, no division, everyone's included. And that's freedom, that's expansion. And I know when I share this, even talking about it or singing it, my soul just is so happy. And it makes me happy and love everyone I'm connected with. And it's a beautiful exchange. And that's what, this show, Who's Your Neighbor, that's what this is really all about.
It
I'm
is.
learning. So I was just so honored to, because, I just, I'm a big fan of yours, and what all of, whatever you do, we were in Belgium together. We've been to retreats together, and
And before that,
yes, yes. And I always learn from
Toronto,
you. Yeah. So it's just, it's a beautiful exchange. People are fabulous. The life is fabulous. Let's hold on to the light. Let's stay positive. And, it's just all beautiful. And I'm so glad you have this platform. You're perfect for it. You're so gifted and so aware of so many different things. It's a beautiful exchange and learning. So thank you.
thank you. And I'd like to, with your permission, switch you back to what we started to the show today with. You were giving, you called it a blessing. And what was that you were doing? What's it called? And can you say more about that?
Sure. Thank you. This was called a Tao Healing Hands blessing. Tao is another word for the source. And
So would that be like God or Yahweh?
yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Some people, maybe it's universal consciousness, but where all things come from, the source, and like you said, in whatever way that means for anyone. I was so Dr. Master Zhi Gang Shah. He's such an incredible spiritual leader and healer that he's creating healers. He's actually creating miracle healers, and I'm one of his Tao Healing Hands healers, and there's thousands, tens of thousands around the world. And I know I'll speak for myself. When I activate those, I connect to any holy beings of light to offer an appropriate blessing. And by appropriate, that means, hey, whatever is possible, because it's not about me. I don't know. I go into complete emptiness, and I do an energy matter circle sound of hey hung hung or she won yo, hey hung hung or she won yo, hey hung hung she won, and then I go into my soul, what I call the soul song, and I'm pretty much into emptiness as a vessel of whatever positive, unconditional love, forgiveness, compassion, light can come through onto the recipient.
So from the different traditions that I've studied over most of my life, when you say emptiness, is it fair to say that that's a diminution of ego? Like
Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Because if I was like, oh, I hope that this gentleman, I wonder what he's going through. Wow. Well, I should focus here. That no.
Monkey mind.
Yes. Let me go into emptiness, because then I'll be a more pure vessel. Because that's all it is a vessel. Because I do not know how to heal. I don't know how, but I am a vessel by the grace of, I was told I have no experience in healing. So Tao Hands healers, usually there's two people, those that don't have previous experience and those that do other modalities, and they want to incorporate Tao Healing Hands into their toolbox, so to speak. So it's powerful. It's very, very powerful. So Tao Healing Hands blessings are incredible. I took a course, and then every year I get recertified to keep in alignment with it. And I feel so honored. And there's many of us throughout the world, and it's from Dr. Master Zhiyang Shah, the Tao Healing Hands program, and that's what he has for us.
Two of the guests that we had on about a month ago, let me recall some of the details. A person can become a first level healer and heal themselves like for the rest of their life. And it's a 1-day course, and it's like $150. And it's like, boy, that's like 2 cheap massages. And, if you do that in a week, it doesn't last. But the Tao Hands, Tao Healing Hands, to get the name correct. If you mentioned recertifying, if you don't go back every year or two, do you lose it?
From my understanding, it is a treasure that you have, but it's good to stay in alignment, to try to have, because you'll get to kind of raise your frequency further and open the channel further. It's something you'd want to do if you're able to join, each year. There's usually a Tao Healing Hands recertification program. And I understand the honoring is not too much. And just to get back in alignment with it, it's just a good idea from my understanding. I imagine there are other Tao Healing Hands healers that maybe aren't in that orbit right now, but they still are able to offer blessings as well.
Super. Well, I'm just noticing what time it is, and I know that it's 3 hours later for you than it is for me. So I want to thank you so much for being here this evening. Our producer, I believe, has a link for Tao Hands training. So I'm going to ask her to post that over in the chat room. Well, oops, it's right in front of us. 5 Levels of Creation, Portland.com, Tao Healing Hands. And, don't listen to my words, just it'll be posted, and then anyone that's interested can click on that. And Claudia, what I want to share with you is that this is recorded, It's on Facebook, so it's like archived there for until um, the universe quits. But we're also on excuse me. It's being recorded on YouTube. So we would like to send you a link once it's created, because they have to go through some kind of a conversion process from
Sure.
over to Facebook or to YouTube. We'd like to send that to you, and then you're free to use that any way that you would like to.
Okay.
Some of our guests in the past went like, "Wow, I've been wanting something like this. I'm going to put it on my website. I'm going to send it out in emails to my people." I think
Yeah, fabulous.
her peeps. I went peeps. No, she meant her tribe. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful. Well, thank you. That all sounds wonderful. And first of all, a shout out. If it's in your heart to become a Dow Hands Healing hands practitioner, do it. It changed my life. I've been one for 10 years. It is phenomenal in every way. And my background is in design. And it's like, wow, I can do this. If I can do this, anyone can do it. Who's ready? So I highly recommend it. And Terry, I love your program. Who's Your Neighbor? I love the idea of it, and I wish you incredible success. And I'm so honored to be with you. We could chat for hours, and it feels like just minutes.
Well, it's been really nice to connect with you again. We do it so infrequently, like maybe 3 times a year.
Right. But it's special every time.
Yeah. So thank you so much. I just noticing one of our viewers is from India.
Okay.
Another, and I don't know where a couple of the other ones are from, but I believe we have one viewing that's from here in Oregon. And yeah, right now there's 8 that are viewing, and that's more than usual, partly because I believe you drew them just
Oh,
with your frequency and vibration, with your field. Um, what I do know also, though, is I was surprised to find I understood that not everybody's going to be able to tune in on a Tuesday evening, depending on what time zone they're in, but I was really surprised after 10 days. The one show that I was looking at had like 130 views. So
fabulous.
it's a gift that keeps on giving. And
Yes.
I'm just really grateful for all that you have given today. And thank you so much for helping make the connection and the inclusion that are 2 of the 3 pillars of Who's Your Neighbor a reality tonight. And, we never know what somebody's experience will be with the healing blessing that you offer to Sam. But, you'll be able to keep in touch, because I'll ask our producer to give you his niece's email address. I
I would
don't.
love that.
He may not have email, and so and then I want to find out too, because this is so interesting for me.
Oh, anything I find out, I'll let you know for sure. Absolutely.
Super.
Absolutely, Terry.
All right. Well, thank you so much,
Terry,
and
thank you.
I look forward to seeing you again.
I absolutely, and love to everyone on Who's Your Neighbor, and I'll be watching. I'm a fan now. Thank you. Love you all.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you, Claudia. So we're going to end now, but I would just like to mention to you again, I'll repeat myself. This is Who's Your Neighbor? And it's not just a Portland, as you now know, show. We've got friends, family. Someone the other day said soul family. It's people, and you've probably had that experience of hearing someone or seeing someone. It's like, boy, did I meet them and forget? Because I feel such a draw to them. So this is so wonderful a way for us to connect with people that we haven't met or may never meet. Um, and the connection is so important. It's starting to open up a bit more. My son flew back to wherever they're having the Celtics are playing somebody else in a semifinals or something for the NBA Basketball Association. So he's back somewhere back east right now. And, people would not fly much for 2 years, and they're flying again. I'm seeing people in the supermarkets and everywhere else. Only about a third are wearing masks now versus when everybody had a mask on. And you were given one if you walked in a door and didn't have one, told to put it on or leave. So the thing about the masks is they block our connection with people. I didn't realize how much facial expressions make in connecting with people. You can't really tell from the eyes all the time with a lot of people if they're smiling or frowning or just stoic. But when we can see each other's faces, and that's the nice thing. I had to learn how to do Zoom. That's where I first started. The link that we're using here is called StreamYard, and we can only have a maximum of 10 on the screens, whereas Facebook can have 500 or more. But there's more quality with this. This is why we're using. Probably aren't interested in the technical details, but Who's Your Neighbor is about connecting and interaction. And I'm just really grateful that you joined either live or that you're watching in the future. I invite you to go back. This is show number, I think, 23. We were off for 2 weeks because there was something technical going on. Facebook shifted their algorithms or something, and we couldn't go Facebook Live, but we recorded. We're still able to record and and put together the YouTube videos. So there's 23 different shows that you can go back and view, and you will be surprised at the variety of people and the power of some of the healings. Usually we have two Tao Healing Hands practitioners on and somebody who really needs a healing and a healing blessing, I should say, because, medically, they don't heal. It's like Claudia was saying, she doesn't know anything about healing. She doesn't do it. Somebody else said, I don't do it. It's a magic wand on the end of my arm. I love that concept. So I invite you, if you haven't experienced this Tao Healing Hands practitioner program, check it out. And I'll just say thank you for being here, and I'll close for this evening. And I hope to see you the next time. I'm Terry McGill. This is Who's Your Neighbor, coming to you from Portland, Oregon, but as you already know, reaching around the world.